Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's be honest, everybody likes decreasing prices and or paying same for the same goods every year. But some people are facing the problem of slow price growth or low inflation. And today in this video, we're going to discuss who's facing the problem because of prices aren't increasing fast enough. Secondly, please check out my previous video in which we discussed countries with highest inflation. And let's come to the topic now. So, what's low inflation? Low inflation is when the price of goods and services in a country are increasing really slow. A healthy inflation is 2 to 3%, but in this case, the inflation might be as low as 0% or sometimes in negative. What is inflation? There's a more detailed explanation in my previous video, but for a quick recap, inflation is increase in price of goods and services that results in decreased value of money over time. Benin, 0.14%. Benin is a small, underdeveloped economy. It mostly relies on agriculture. Most of the people in the economy work in small scale agriculture, therefore, there is no huge demand for goods and services. It relies on exports and is highly regulated by its monarch. Other exports of it usually included oil, but recently they ran out of it, therefore, leaving the economy with no huge demand. It's a small island too. St. Lucia with 0.12%. It's a small Caribbean island, mostly relying on tourism, with leading to no or very little domestic demand. And no demand leads to low inflation. It's a beautiful island located in Caribbean with a small, self-sustaining economy. It's a pretty beautiful country, that's all I gotta say, with a small economy relying on tourism, and wanna visit someday. Iraq with 0.1%. Iraq has been affected by years of war, and which has caused a lot of destruction and shrank the country's demand. Economy is mostly dominated by the oil sector, with over 99.7% of foreign earnings being from the oil. Furthermore, the country has suffered over $80 billion damage in infrastructure due to the 8-year long war. Iraq is still trying to recover, therefore, the country's demand is extremely low, as the currency also has lost its value over time. Marshall Islands with 0.03%. It's a small self-sustaining economy, and again, surprise, surprise, it's an island, relies on US aid, which accounted for 60% of all its federal budget, and a small modern sector, or usually mostly consisting of banking and other smaller things. It doesn't even have its own currency. It uses US dollar, and the demand is really low as the average pay is $1.50 per hour. Therefore, people don't really usually have huge amounts of disposable cash to spend. Saint Kitts and Nevis. It's a small, virtually sugar monocrop economy. Tourism is another major sector, besides it's also an island, therefore it doesn't really have a lot of different sectors going on at the same time. The economic growth has been unstable as it's influenced by various external factors, and similarly, inflation also relies on external factors like tourism, which leads to the inflation being really unstable, sometimes 6% or sometimes 0%. Brunei Darussalam. Brunei is a small and wealthy economy run by a mixture of entrepreneurship and welfare measures. The GDP per capita is substantially high and supported by petroleum exports. The government subsidizes almost everything, keeping the overall domestic demand low. Just to point out, it's an extremely beautiful country with beautiful infrastructure and also has a monarch, keeping it an extremely controlled economy. Saudi Arabia with minus 0.85%. It's one of the top 20 countries in the world. It is highly dependent on oil though. The country is also a monarchy and has been trying to move towards a more liberal society. It can also be considered an energy superpower. The country is moving from oil reliance, but as oil prices decrease, it will have an impact on country's overall domestic demand. Number 1. Chad with minus 0.92%. Chad is a landlocked country which is facing drought and political turmoil. As it faces many issues, the purchasing power of the country keeps decreasing. So does the overall demand in the country. And as the economy keeps shrinking further and further, the inflation will keep decreasing. Furthermore, it has to rely on some aid but fails to get any and is really affected by its climate. So, guys, that was the list of countries with lowest inflation in the world. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please comment us below and tell us where can we and how can we improve ourselves. We do really want to know your opinion. Till that time, like and share the video. We need some support from you guys. And please look out for my next video. As in next video, we're going to discuss top 4 countries: US, Russia, India, China together versus rest of the world. So please look out for the next video. Hope to see you next time. Bye.